alive with a new show.
Oh, okay. This
If
is
we
a movie.
to each other's... Oh, wrong one.
Actually, you better. You still have Peg on the screen.
Do I?
She's still there.
The Peg is still there.
Looming.
I don't want to move her.
You can leave her there. She can stay with me.
I'm afraid she's gonna stab me.
It's okay. She can stay with me. It's fine.
Okay. Just if you warning, she's because of her name. She's proficient with the strap. Be aware.
Sure, I don't get Jeff Bennett anymore, but you leave Peg.
I forgot to delete Peg. It's my fault.
I should have never said anything and just let Peg stay there. Won't you get rid of Peg?
I'm not getting rid of Peg. I'm doing something else. Hold on.
Alright, I guess the best place to start with this is Little Rascals. Some of us have nostalgic feelings for this, some of us don't. Chibi, why was this the movie that you said, and I quote, was the greatest thing since sliced bread?
Actually, quite the opposite. I'm not a big fan of this movie.
That's why you're Waldo in this drawing.
Yeah, apparently because I have a difference in opinion. Apparently I'm the bad guy.
Yes, you are the villain of the film because you're critiquing the film. Thus, we make you the villain. That's how the shit works. When I'm shitting on ants, I get to be the humans because the humans are the real villain of the movie Ants.
Fine. I love ants, but sure, we're doing this now, I guess.
Oh, Chibi, I'm in your corner for Ants, by the way.
Thank you.
We're gonna defend and fight for that movie.
Ants is a great movie.
Oh.
We're not talking about that. We're talking about Little Rascals.
Little Rascals.
Can we just address like the before and after shot of all the kids when they're all grown up?
Yeah.
And how Spanky looks like the fucking kid who played Anakin Skywalker after he went to prison.
Oh.
He looks like he should just be like, so this is pod racing. Stab, stab, stab.
I'm gonna play Waldo. It looks like he grew up to become Greg Proops.
I hate how like they actually like you can actually like tell that they're actors. Like they still have. I guess that's just how people age, but you know, like.
Mitch and Boyne grew up to be dads.
Yeah.
Like, Alfalfa grew up and became a Doctor Who.
And Darla just grew up to become DJ from Full House. I know it's not him, but I can't look at Stymie and not see Turk from Scrubs.
Yeah.
It's the smile. He has like Turk's face.
Yeah, he does.
What's everybody's relationship to the Little Rascal?
I saw this movie when it came on video and everything, and it gave me a good heartwarming chuckle.
I saw this movie like once when I was a kid. I forgot about everything about the movie, and then I re-experienced it when we rewatched it. That's about it.
This was one of my favorite films growing up as a kid, mostly because I was a dumb child and I didn't realize it was pretty fucked up.
Noodle.
They
had
saw
a
this.
$1.
Yeah, they did have $1.
I saw this exactly when it was shown to me, which is very relatively recent, which is why apparently I'm the villain.
Yeah, fuck you.
I have
You
no
don't have
emotional.
You don't have a rose-tinted glasses to shield you from this movie.
Yeah, no, I don't. I'm apparently I'm the only one who can see this movie very critically.
How dare you not be?
I hadn't seen the movie. Since it came on video, but I was having like full-on belly laughs because nothing will ever kill me more than nothing beats a buck and a duck.
What beats a buck and a duck? Come here, you dumb duck. And then, with my good friend Noodle, you know there's only one thing to do in response to a buck and a duck, Noodle. We got $1, we got $1, we got $1,
Hey, hey, hey.
We got $1, we got $1, we got $1,
We got $1. Hey.
Fucking love it.
Those two kids made the entire film, like par none.
They were the most adorable parts.
Fucking Porky and Buckwheat were the best.
I like pickles. My mom makes me eat them. Pickles are nasty. I got two pickles. I got two pickles. I got two pickles today. Get you with a boo and beam. I got two pickles today. Hey, hey.
So it's clear Cable absolutely loves this movie.
I have such. I don't even have rose tinted glasses for this fucking movie. I have roses surgically implanted into my eyes for this movie.
At the same time, as much as you love the film, as much as the majority of us love this
movie in
movie,
a lot of places, and by that I mean most of it is completely unwatchable if you haven't enjoyed it. When you were a kid.
we kind of try to gloss over any of the alfalfa and Darla scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alfalfa's a little bit of a.
Even like when I was little, I would watch it and enjoy it, but as I got a little older and I was still watching it, I would actively skip those scenes. I didn't understand why. They just made me and my sister cringe super hard, so we skipped it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Alfalfa singing at the talent show is one of the fucking grossestly cringiest moments.
Yo, should we explain what the Little Rascals is for people who don't fucking know? Because there is a backstory to this.
First off, if you haven't seen The Little Rascals,
Let me give you-
congratulations on just graduating high school.
Let me give you the Cliff Notes version. So, a bunch of like little 6-year-olds have a club that's basically misogyny for kids, and one of their top members is secretly involved with a girl, and he has to keep it a secret, otherwise he loses his street cred.
Yeah.
It's the worst kept secret ever. Because everyone knows.
Very loud and they're very in public.
But like the thing about it is, Little Rascals is actually based off of a different. I don't even know what you would call it, a television show back then, but like a series from the 1920s, I believe, 1930s or 1920s.
Look, talkies were a novelty.
Yeah, and
What are you talking about? There's still a novelty.
I don't even know when the first Little Rascals came out, but in the 90s, because similar to today, in the 90s they wanted to remake everything from, the past 100 years. So Little Rascals got its own new film adaptation, but in modern times. And like, I don't even know where they're supposed to fucking be, but it's very obviously like Los Angeles.
No.
No, they're just a bunch of like orphaned Los Angeles kids who live under an overpass.
Makes sense to me.
They cannot be living in LA.
Well, there's like fucking palm trees everywhere.
No, you know why they can't be living in LA, Batty?
Why?
Because you can see the sky.
Oh, okay, yeah. Fair enough.
So this movie got made in the 90s. Wasn't there an 80s animated cartoon?
There was.
Yeah, so that was probably a thing that like it got popular enough to like, oh hey, we can still continue to market this to kids and families. So it's still a live action film.
Yeah.
Little Rascals is ridiculous.
Little Rascals was actually a tiny bit pandering now that I think about it as well, because it had the Olsen twins.
Yeah, it did.
Oh, there was a bunch of celebrities for celebrity's sake for the film.
Fucking Mel Brooks was in it.
Mom didn't age well. Yeah.
He played like oh god, the context of the scene that he was involved in, like it was like I don't even know what you call them, the like that type of like I guess rabbis.
The rabbi scene.
Yeah, the kids disguised themselves as rabbis, like on each other's
They weren't
shoulders.
rabbis. They were just like practicing like Jewish people.
Oh yeah.
Hasidic Jews.
Yeah, that's what it's called. Yeah.
They were just trying to rob. They were trying to rob a bank essentially without realizing it.
Yeah, and Mel Brooks was the banker, and
If we were my kids, I'd punish you. If we were your kids, we'd punish ourselves.
You can't treat people like that, mister. You're not people. You're children.
what was that scene like meant to be like weird like that?
He racist?
Yeah, I guess
But
yeah.
It's just ageist,
I think it was racist. I think it was just like Polish in nature.
I could see like at the same time it could have been racist. At another time it could have been just like Mel Brooks being like, okay, I will only be in this film if you include this scene. Because
I don't know.
They got
That's
rid
all-
of the extended version too, where some actual Hasidic dudes go in and try to deposit like $2 million, and he pulls their beards, and he's just like, "We won't tolerate this shit," and they leave.
that would
Yeah,
that would have made that scene so much more funny.
That is
It
the
really
complete
would
scene.
have.
It just wasn't in the version that we watched.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
I don't have the complete version of it.
But yeah, I could see that just being like Mel Brooks's like sense of humor.
I mean, it's Mel Brooks. If you've seen Spaceballs or Robin Hood Men in Tights, you know exactly what you're in for. So.
Yeah, yeah.
We had the goddess herself, like #1 best babe in the entire history of babedom. We had
Talking about Reba.
We had Reba. Now, if anybody doesn't know who Reba is, stop listening to this. Go look her up. Take 5 to 10 minutes to do what you need to do, and then come back.
They're gonna like look up the page of a now elderly like lady.
Have you seen her recently? Ben?
She
You
does.
see how she looks?
She does still look amazing. I'm not gonna.
No.
I'm not.
No, Patty, she's getting better. With age, she's only perfecting herself even more. Reba, I don't think Reba can ever actually be unattractive.
Reba McEntire.
And you notice, never also Cable, it's the appearance of Reba. Spanky completely turns around his whole view on women.
I've mentioned this to you too, Patty. It doesn't matter what Reba looks like in all.
Yeah.
If she just keeps her voice, she's always going to be an angel. Because her voice is just fucking morphine.
He's a survivor.
Reba McEntire is a very good voice.
I'm a big fan of Reba. I love her show. I love her music. I
Love
just
her in
Reba
Tremors.
Yeah.
general. Reba's just great. She's really funny too.
Yeah, she is.
Fucking.
But
Nah, I don't
we're
watch
not talking.
Tremors.
We'll talk about Reba when we do the Reba cast. We're gonna do a full Reba cast.
Kayla's gonna wear
Until then.
his Reba gear.
Oh, we gonna be split down the middle, Team Reba, Team Barbara Jean.
You want to go, Dan?
What? I'm on Team Reba.
Okay,
Well,
never mind then.
Is anybody on Team Barbara Jean?
Let's actually talk about the movie.
I'm fine with talking about Reba. Gotta just hyperimpose the word. Just make it the little Rebas.
The little Rebas. Let's put Reba's face over Jack.
No, because that implies Reba's a dog.
No, I just think Jack's not here to reprise his role as Petey the dog. So we'll just have like Reba over the Petey
alright.
Jack body, like she's
Chibi
there.
wants to talk about his favorite movie, The Little Rascals, so I'll withhold talking about Reba right now.
Okay. JB, what was your favorite scene of the Little Rascals?
You can't say end credits.
Fuck.
Because it still showed montage scenes of characters.
That's where we saw Trump steal someone's popcorn.
We did see that. That was actually kind of. I wouldn't say it was
You're the-
funny, but it was entertaining, I guess.
You're the best son money can buy.
Don Jr. plays that scene on Father's Day. It makes him feel better.
Favorite part of the whole movie? I'll be honest with you, I don't remember anything about this movie. I guess the scene where they're stealing money technically is kind of neat.
Where they just put the sign up.
Just put the sign up by accident. People are just putting money in the jar.
It's something innocent that you can see 5-year-olds doing.
It's the
works.
closest thing to them acting like little kids that I could identify in this film. Because in many circumstances, these characters are definitely not acting like children. They're acting like adults, and it makes it very creepy.
Talking of what we do actually act like children, though.
That's the thing that you need to understand, though, Chibi. That's the gimmick of the movie. That like these kids have. It's like these kids act like adults, and that's the joke.
Right, it can be a gimmick, but it doesn't change that it's a bad gimmick, especially when you have some of the, half of the characters being
they have
sexist.
an almost adult society, which is weird because if you think about it, without actual adults, they could easily devolve into Lords of the Flies.
Yes!
Yeah. There's a whole scene where they try to eat Stymie.
Yeah, I also said when we were watching it, like if you replace the kids with actual adults, the movie just turns into grumpy old men.
Yeah.
It
All
really
right,
does.
Batty,
A bunch of grumpy, misogynist old men.
to be fair, Batty, if you've given me Peg, you can give Dan Reba.
Okay, I just want to say though, between Reba and Peg, do you have a thing for redheads?
I mean, I just have a thing for
We've
anybody who's attractive.
discussed this at length.
Listen, you don't. Your hair color doesn't determine if you're attractive. Your personality is a big factor in it, and they're both sassy as shit, and sass is naturally attractive.
I'll give Dan Reba McIntyre.
Dan, she's only near you because I allow it.
There we go.
Sure, yes, you allow it. You have full control over this. No,
Well,
you
nobody
don't.
has full control over
She's-
it. Reba's her own woman.
Me now.
Bitch. Peg, don't look at him.
But yeah,
I
going
forget
on.
what we were talking about. We were talking about Little Rascals or something.
Yes.
Chibi, what do you think of the scene where they have the 3-foot tall man eating chicken?
What?
They're trying.
Actively
trying to get
bleached
money.
it from his memory.
They're trying to scam people out of money. It's like, come see the 3-foot tall man eating chicken. They just put a hun a mustache and had him eating some fried chicken. Kite here.
Just continue with what you were saying.
Okay, that's fine.
Alright. I'm not going to be paying attention to Little Rascals anymore, Patty, just so you know.
I'm sorry, Noodle.
Can we at least argue that the best scene in the movie is when they're in the race at the very end of it and they knock over that old dude and he just goes, "You little rascals!"
No, I do like how over the top all the people getting run over look though.
But you don't
Like,
like
the
somebody
massive
saying the
flip.
name of what they're in.
All right, we got the empty space there. Can we fill it with these two because they were in the movie also?
Can we put more Reba McIntyre in that empty space?
No more pictures. Continue on with the podcast.
Weird. This movie's a weird thing. It would not fly by to make a movie like this nowadays.
No, there's no way in hell you can do this now. There we go. That's what we need for Little Rascals.
Yeah, that scene where Knuckles just comes in like, "I got an emerald, I got an emerald, I got an emerald."
This is one of those movies where it's like, for the parents out there watching, they put a bunch of celebrity types in there. Like George Wendt is there to selling lumber.
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah, that was George Wendt.
It's
I didn't even notice that.
it's literally just so like parents could go like, haha, I know that person.
The part where Alfalfa and, fuck, I forgot his name, where they have to pretend to do ballet.
Oh, Spanko.
Yeah.
Alfalfa and Flippy.
That's probably another reason why you wouldn't be able to do this movie nowadays is how they do those scenes.
Mm-hmm.
It's very, very. It's set in a time period where like you could,
A very dated film.
it's super dated.
Yeah.
That's not. It's really, if I'm being honest with you, I don't think it's the Little Rascals I like. I think I just like fucking Porky and Buckwheat. I think that's really all it is about this
Porky
movie.
and
that I
Buckwheat
like.
are like
Yeah.
A tier.
I swear to God, they did not actually like give them much direction. They didn't. There's like no script for them whatsoever.
Yeah,
Those
no, they
things-
just introduced them to each other, they became besties, and they're just like, this is perfect, it's all coming together.
Isn't like freaking Whoopi Goldberg like one of the kids' moms in it?
Yeah.
No, she plays the mom. She's not actually related to him.
Yeah, I know.
Mhm.
Like plays. That's what.
Yeah.
And then they both look at the camera during the end scene and go, "Oh, Tay."
Yeah, she only has 2 lines in the movie, which is "Hi, son," and "Winning by a hair."
You know what other movie Whoopi Goldberg has a cameo in? Baby Geniuses 2.
Oh my God, Baby Geniuses too.
She sits.
She's also a monkey bone.
Whoopi.
Well, she's the book in the Page Master.
Yeah.
Look to the books.
Welcome to Whoopi Cast.
Macaulay Culkin would have made the Little Rascals much better.
Macaulay Culkin could have been Waldo.
No, Macaulay Culkin and Kyron as Butch and Wayne.
Oh my God.
It would have been like Kyron would have been Butch, the leader, obviously. Like, what do you think, boy? The sun burns me, Butch. Bring me into the shade.
And then a bunch of beasts and swarm him.
And I want to make it 100% clear, even though I am making this joke right now, I don't know him. I would be friends with Macaulay Culkin any day of the goddamn week. Macaulay Culkin is one of the funniest, coolest people I've seen online. If you ever, for some reason, see this Macaulay, just
Congrats,
Mr. Culkin,
congrats,
Kevin, whatever you want to go by.
congrats to him and Brenda Song for having their first child.
Oh, yeah, congrats.
Hey.
We're gonna have a combination of one, like, very, like, funny and talented baby. I think Brenda Song's pretty good, too.
Yep.
She's no slouch at acting.
And you know what? Since we got Noodle here, Noodle, this was a movie of your. This is a movie that you liked a lot. This is the one that you wanted to be. You definitely wanted to be here at the podcast. But what is your favorite moment in Little Rascals?
The whole bit with the fighting the fire. Especially when Buckwheat and
Porky.
Porky they go to try to get the fire department, and they're just like, quick, what's the number for 911? How would I know?
Okay.
They
You can
literally
run past
run
the
right
fire
by the
department.
fire department.
Noodle, it's the music that helps that scene too, where everything else is like, and then it's just like, it's so fucking mundanely silly, and I love it.
Oh my
Also,
god!
I learned E.G. Daily voiced Froggy.
Yeah.
You changed your opinion on Froggy after that.
Yeah, because Froggy could have been lost in a well, and I wouldn't have looked for him.
What?
But if he's voiced by E.G. Daily, then he'll get at least 72 hours of me looking.
Weren't we watching like the Goofy movie? There's a character that E.G. Daily voiced.
Yeah, E.G. Daily was the little kid, the photo.
Yeah.
E.G. Daily was any little girl or little boy that had like a sort of higher pitched voice back in old cartoons.
That was slightly feral.
Yeah, or she was the girl from Pee-wee.
And it was weird because this is the same day we did the Goofy movie podcast. I was saying on that too because like early in the day I was having a discussion with somebody about the Flintstones movie. I'm like, oh my god, E.G. Daily was Bam Bam.
Yeah.
I know we're talking a lot about like the Little Rascals and stuff, and by that I mean we're not. I think I've said everything I need to say about the Little Rascals, to be completely honest with you. It's Porky and Buckwheat are the best parts of the movie. The rest of the movie is just kind of hard to watch. And then Reba shows up, and she's pretty.
Yep.
And that's it.
Glad that you've come to my line of thinking that this movie is not as good as you think it is.
Oh no, Porky and Buckwheat make this a movie I would rewatch regardless, because I like Porky and Buckwheat enough.
Well, why don't you just isolate those clips and then just put it on your computer?
But I didn't think to do that.
Also, these kids, weirdly enough, have like a combined engineering degree.
Yeah.
They
Well,
can
no,
make
we-
a car
brought
out of
that up.
nothing.
You get enough kids who are bored together in a neighborhood, they'll invent some shit you'd never think could work.
That's true. Like, did they build that clubhouse together?
Yeah.
The thing is that I don't think that they were responsible for building that clubhouse. I'm pretty sure they just probably beat up some homeless guy for it, because when it burns to the ground and they try to replace it, they're shocked at the amount of like money required to get the materials. So I'm assuming in order to get their new clubhouse, they just beat up another homeless person.
Like, that clubhouse was passed down from generations old misogynists down to their misogynist kids.
Sounds about right.
It's like it's
Yeah,
like
it's
the
where
room
their
of
dads
requirement
used to
in
go
Harry Potter.
moonshining.
It's like the room of requirement in Harry Potter. You can only see it if you truly hate women. And I told you about this movie too, Maddie. This movie, and I'm gonna say it right here on a podcast, this movie feels like fear-mongering from Republicans. This movie feels like the He-Man Woman Haters Club is like a weird representation of what the scary gay agenda is that all Republicans fear.
You know, I was gonna say like this. It reminds me of incel Twitter actually.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh my. Did we just have a weird discovery here? The Little Rascals is just insult Twitter.
It is.
I mean, they learned their lesson by the end, which a lot of incel Twitter doesn't. But
Yeah.
It's an ongoing struggle.
Also, Raven Simone's in this movie.
oh, she is.
Yeah, she's at the very end.
Wait,
I just remembered.
how fucking old is she at this point?
Raven Simone's not. She was in the Cosby Show. She was like she was a little kid when she was in the Cosby Show.
But she was like a little kid in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
I mean,
it's an old movie.
This is like early 90s. Cosby Show went into the 90s.
Like
Yeah.
Raven Simone would probably be a little younger than. Would she be younger or older than the Olsons? I don't remember.
She might be maybe a bit older than the Olsons. Not by
I'm looking
much.
it up now.
But no, like the Cosby Show actively went through the 90s because they were competing against The Simpsons for primetime.
Yeah, no, Raven Simone's only 35.
Yeah.
Let's see how old Mary Kate is. Mary Kate would be the same age as Ashley, right?
I did twins, so yeah.
Yeah,
We don't know that. Maybe
they're
they just,
only like hours apart at most.
maybe they split off via mitosis.
Okay.
Maybe,
That
maybe
would
it
mean
was
they
the
are exactly the same age, Cable.
I'm just saying, Noodle, like, one was born and the other one split off later on.
Okay.
Because they couldn't stand hearing Bob Saget in Full House, so one of them tried to escape.
I know we're talking about Little Rascals, but I want to derail us for another second. Who would win in a twin fight? Mary Kate Ashley or Tia and Tamara Mullery?
He and Tamara would carve
Yeah, Tamara
the Olsen to
Yeah,
Okay,
they would,
good,
they
just
would
as long-
destroy the Olsons.
Just as long as we're on the same page.
Now, really quick, the Olsons are a year younger than Raven. They're 34.
34.
I knew it.
So, yeah, if the Olsons are kids, Raven would be a kid in this. Now, if we're going to go on this whole line of twin fighting thing, the final fight for twins is just Tia and Tamara Mori versus Zack and Cody, right?
Yeah, but Zack and Cody, they're kind of nerds.
Yeah, but they could channel that nerdness. I still stand by my statement, Zack and Cody, perfect characters to use for a live-action Devil May Cry.
Now, here's the thing, Cable. They are nerds, but they do have, like, cosplay swords, because, like, I know, like, at least one of them, went to, like, a con, like, as a Bleach character with his girlfriend.
Yes, they've gone as Bleach characters. I think, or Dylan, I forget which one it is.
Yeah.
Whichever one of them. He goes to, like, a lot of cosplay conventions and anime all the time.
Yeah, so they have weaponry.
Wait, wouldn't they win their fight anyway by performing like this ancient ritual, and they actually summon from the depths Mr. Mosby to drag down anyone they're fighting?
No, because Tia and Tamara Mori have access to what the fuck is that lady's name? The one who played their mom in that show in Sister Sister.
Oh, that lady. Yeah, she would kick Mr. Mosby's ass.
I don't remember who it was.
I'm looking it up. God, I didn't think I was gonna need my Sister
Speaking
Sister.
of which, that reminds me, it makes me want to watch Twitches.
Yes! Twitches.
God, you keep saying that out loud. You gotta summon Jack.
Lisa Landry.
Lisa
Yeah,
Landry.
Lisa Landry would fuck up Mr. Mosby. I don't know any more twins.
Mr. Mosby would try to drive his car into Lisa Landry, and she would just stop it with her, like, the palm of her hand.
No sweet life on deck for you, Mosby.
Wow, Little Rascals is the better movie than I remembered.
Yes. You don't remember that scene where after the kids were doing their racing thing, Zack and Cody, like, Iron Man landed in the middle of the fucking street and had an epic kaiju brawl with Tia and Tamara?
God, so in actuality, looking back at this film, so Alfalfa is cringe, like Spanky pretty much grew up to become governor of a southern state.
Yeah, no, Alfalfa is a mega simp.
Yeah.
Well, no, he can't be a simp because he had the girl.
Yeah, but he's a simp because he would do anything for her.
He would do anything for her, and in fact, he did do anything for her in that film.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate on this because I don't think he's a simp simply because what she was asking him wasn't like atrociously horrible things. It
Yeah.
was just don't be ashamed
Oh
of
yeah, it
me.
was
But
just
she's-
tell your
listen,
friends that we're together.
She was a kid, but like as an adult, I could see her asking for a lot more fucked up shit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just one of those things to think about. Like, if you're going out with someone, like, yeah, there might be some apprehensiveness, but you know, one of the standard requests you have when you go out with somebody is, hey, how about you don't duck behind a bush every time we're seen together? Like, that was like. I don't think Alfalfa is a simp. If anything, I think Darla was fine because she was making sure she didn't grow up with weird self-esteem issues. She was basically saying, fuck you. If you're gonna be embarrassed of me, don't be around me. Like, that is all she asked. She didn't ask him to, like, fucking sing for her at a talent show, do this. She was just like, dude, just, like, don't pretend I don't exist. Like, it feels kind of shitty when you tell people I'm, like, you don't like me.
Can
I think that's I think it's a fair request, and I don't know if I'm being weird on that, but I just think that's a
Oh, yeah.
genuine thing.
I get that.
Alfalfa, why do you always introduce me as your feminine guy friend?
Can I just
This
say
is dumb.
there was a weird, I don't even know what you'd call it, I guess agenda, or like, there was a weird thing during, like, kids' cartoons in, like, the 90s through, like, 2000s, of, like, they would always have the girls versus boys either subplot or episodes. And I never got that. Like, I never understood why girls and boys were always natural enemies.
Hey Arnold did that, didn't they?
Yeah. In Hey Arnold, it was, like, a little bit, like, more nuanced, because, like, I guess, like, you know, there was times where they would help each other out, or, you know, like, it wasn't explicitly that.
The boys had a lot to watch out for in that one. Helga's got a switchblade.
Yeah, Helga will fucking shake you.
Like, you think Helga's the problem? Fucking Nadine had poisonous bugs on tap.
Yes.
If she ever rose up the ranks and became a boss in that suburb, good
Like,
lord.
Rhonda has charisma, but Rhonda's beta as shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
poor Rhonda.
Little Rascals, huh?
Little Rascals. We've talked about everything else but Little Rascals, pretty much.
We talked about Little Rascals.
We
Talked
talked
about
about
a
Rascals.
little bit about Little Rascals.
We talked about it. We had a bunch of celebrity cameos.
Yeah.
Yeah, then
There's
Sister
a lot
Sister.
of cringe in the movie.
The movie's cringe. There's some funny scenes with Buckwheat and Porky. The movie's cringe. Possible scare tactic of the gay agenda from Republicans.
Yes.
And I stand by that theory about it. It's like, you see, this is what happens when all the men get together and they start excluding the women. They start burning down clubhouses and stealing money.
Precisely. I mean, Donald Trump was in the movie.
This is true.
This movie predicted Trump.
This was pre-Orange.
This was pre.
You know, he was there to witness the reuniting of the women and men.
He got to pretend that he had a son that wasn't Don Jr.
Those were good times. Good times to be Trump.
I was the Trump. Alright, okay. I was in the Little Rascals. They said eat the popcorn, and I said I'm gonna eat it. And it was disgusting, okay?
And I said, if I'm going to eat it, I'm not going to be the one paying for it. I would not pay for popcorn of this caliber. That's all I'm saying.
And then Reba McEntire, like, drop kicked him into the sun and started going, my roots are planted in the past. I got long legs and a tight ass. Reba's the shit. Can we just talk more about Reba for a second?
No.
No, come on. Like, legitimately.
We know you like
that
Reba.
show was good. No, the show. I'm talking about the Reba show.
Do you want to have a Reba showcast?
Alright, just put it over this. We've only been going for a little bit.
Look, Gable, if you want to rewatch through Reba, I will gladly watch through Reba with you.
Show logo.
So is this how we're gonna squeeze another 30 minutes out of this?
Oh,
This will be the
Listen.
shortest podcast.
No, we can keep. There's still more to talk about with a little.
Is there,
Rascals.
though?
No, there
Yeah,
really
there is.
isn't.
There really,
There
is.
really
There
isn't.
really isn't. Look, there was blue people.
The Reba.
Perfect. Good. I was stalling for time.
God damn
No.
it.
We're
Brock's
done
a
here.
cunt. Brock is a cunt. Reba worked really hard to keep that family intact. Cheyenne was a little flaky at first, but she tried her best. I forget what the fucking boyfriend's name was.
Van.
What was it?
Van.
Van, thank you. Van was dumb, but Van tried his best too. And I think they were good parents. I think when they had their kid, they were doing very good. Kira was a handful, but Reba really kept the lockdown on those things. And I don't for the life of me remember his son's name.
You know what? You shouldn't remember her son's name because he's just there. Yeah, you know what? I'll give you that whole thing. Van, yeah, as the show went on, Van really did try his hardest, didn't he?
Yeah, Van really did try. Her son can be just called Custato because that was just all he was. He was just basically the custody kind of conversation between Reba and Brock.
God.
What's everybody else's thoughts on Reba?
I watched it. I like a lot of shows, like a lot of sitcoms from back then. I would watch it with my mom, and I remember precisely zero information about it. I remember Reba had a daughter that like had a baby, and I remember Reba was sassy and cool.
Yeah, Reba's always been the shit.
Yeah.
I as far as like sitcoms of that era, I would argue, and this is going to be a hard diss. I'm sorry, Cable, but I think According to Jim was better than Reba.
Oh
Shit! That is a hard slap.
Oh.
I'll give you 3 minutes to present your case before we break out the Nerf swords.
You see, unlike Reba, According to Jim had jokes. I wouldn't say they would be good jokes, but they had jokes.
I remember 2 actual funny episodes of According to Jim, and that's it.
Oh no, I'm not denying what you're saying, Dan. According to Jim is a trash sitcom. However, there was an attempt at humor. Reba's humor, as far as a sitcom is considered, of she is Reba.
Like,
Reba's
that
humor
is the
from
joke.
The sitcom came from the situation she was in, not pre-written writer jokes. It is a situational comedy, a sitcom.
Yes,
man, I love Little Rascals.
but Cable, and here's the big quantifier here. You cannot deny that Golden Girls will always be better.
Oh, dude, you even have to like try to put these shows up against Golden Girls. I mean,
Oh, none of them compare.
listen. There is a subset of people who watch that show. They call themselves Rue McClanahan fans.
Dan, you're not gonna like me. I have a hot take for you.
All right. I want to hear your case, but I will say, as far as Golden Girls goes, B. Arthur. It's all needs to be said.
No, my case is, I do like Golden Girls. I like Reba more.
It's fair. You know what? As far as watchability goes, I think I can definitely. Can I get a picture of B. Arthur, Batty?
What's a sitcom you watch? What do you have to throw into this mix of Little Rascals gumbo?
I don't have anything.
Yeah. Beatrice Arthur, everyone.
I'm gonna say this. As far as the hierarchy is considered, I want to put Reba and According to Jim roughly around the same area, but I also want to put Home Improvement above that. And then Golden Girls.
I can't with Home Improvement simply because of the sound Dan just made. I can't. Oh my fucking god, when it comes to sitcoms.
Yeah.
So, I will say this, full disclosure, I know it hasn't aged well. I know it is not fucking good, like, in terms of, like, its style of humor, but Married with Children holds a very special place in my heart.
Then the marriage.
Love.
Okay, you know what? Speaking of the He-Man woman haters, Married to Children is a very good one to actually bring up.
Apparently, Married with Children is the canonical sequel to the Little
It is the
Rascals.
canonical sequel. That's just them grown up because they still have a woman haters club.
Spanky grows up to be Al Bundy,
We brought it back.
and Alfalfa grows up to be Jefferson.
Oh my god. Oh, so Darla's it's just Marcy?
Darla's
Abel?
Marcy. Yes.
We're gonna have to do an entire like sitcom tier list podcast because I now have to ask you a very important question. Where does the Drew Carey show fall on this list?
Okay, Drew Carey is a fluctuating being, and it's very hard to put where his power level would go in this show.
It is such a it can rise up and then dip so hard.
Do you know what's weird about the Drew Carey show, Chibi? I know I've seen it, but I can't disassociate the Drew Carey show from that 70s show because they both were on during my same spectrum.
They're
of
solid?
attention.
All right, what about the fact that you differentiating that from just watching Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Okay, Whose Line Is It Anyway is a treasure, and I love it.
But they did a Whose Line episode in the Drew Carey
Did they?
show. Yeah, they just did a live. They did a live episode of the Drew Carey show where they did it with like Whose Line.
That's
They
weird.
had people like when they would hit like Wayne Brady was there hitting a buzzer, and people on they were because they had a script, but it was a loose script, and when the buzzer hit, they had to redo the lines they said.
Oh my god.
Hattie, I just looked at where you put Reba on the fucking screen, and it looks like when they do like the intro for Neon Genesis Evangelion, where they just impose the event. It looks like you just did the Reba, and I just hear dude.
Oh
I like
my
that.
god.
I like that. I'm right there with my drawn self. There, it's just me in this adorable fucking drawing as me as Porky.
That there is a series that I'm not sure any of you have ever heard of that I think is pretty funny, called the IT Crowd.
IT?
IT
What
Crowd,
was,
yeah.
what was it on?
It's on Netflix.
I've never seen it.
I've never
It's
seen that.
very
either.
good, yeah.
You're bad.
Oh my god! This podcast has become a mess.
The Reba, my roots are planted deep in the past. Married. I still say, Chibi. I don't know how you feel about Married with Children, but something about it is always going to be funny to me. Just dealing with Al Bundy.
What about the downfall of Married to Children?
Oh,
7.
Shut up, Dan. We're talking about before that. It's just because they're a complete trash family, but they operate on the creed of you don't fuck with a Bundy.
All right, favorite episode, Cable. I got mine.
Oh my god. Ah, fuck.
I'll give you mine then.
Yeah,
The
go first.
one with Al trying to install a second bathroom in the garage. It's not just any toilet, it's a Ferguson.
A Ferguson. I'm trying to think right now because there's a few that I really, really like.
Because I like when he's trying to install it and he knocks the power out because he's trying to like install everything, and like Peggy and the kids are just on the couch in the dark. There's no power on. It's just them just sitting there. Flintstones. Where the Flintstones?
I think my favorite episode has to be the I don't even remember what the full context of the episode was. It's just Al's on staycation where he puts up that little barrier around the couch and won't let anybody come near him.
When he's on the couch and he's just like making little body movements. He's not even really moving. Like, oh, I wonder where Dad's off to this time.
He's just so miserable with the way he deals with Peg. Like, hi, honey, did you miss me? With every bullet so far, Peg. Al, how come you don't take me anywhere? Because I just know you'll find your way back.
Did you guys hear me talking on the phone?
No.
No.
Okay.
Jimmy, yes, yes. And I will gladly watch through that show with you because I have it all.
Speaking of amazing sitcoms,
I've never seen Third Rock from the Sun.
Abel,
Rock
you have to
is
join us
great.
for that because you will fucking love it.
Noodle, I'm superimposing over your face. I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's not like I wanted to be seen anyway.
I already
Oh,
put
man.
the Drew Carey show over Chibi's face. So
Noodle,
Sure.
it looks like you're saying whose line is it anyway. You also have Kite near you.
It's fine. You can stay.
This is a weird. So I like the Little Rascals. How about everybody else?
I enjoy the movie. I especially enjoyed watching it with you all.
it's fun if you're nostalgic for the movie. If you're not nostalgic for the movie, I think you'll get absolutely nothing fucking out of this probably.
I think if you
Yeah.
want to get the maximum enjoyment for watching Little Rascals, watch it with some friends, because watching it by yourself, you'll probably get bored and turn to something better.
The only reason why I continued watching through the movie, because I was ready to stop after like the first 10 minutes of the film, was because there were people around. Also, I'm glad that we're, instead of talking about this movie, we're sitting here going, what about the Golden Girls, everybody? What about the Drew Carey shit?
What
know
about
how
the
we-
iconic sitcoms Leftover Cracked in Neon Genesis Evangelion?
I don't know how the fuck we went down that rabbit hole. I might have to re-listen to this just to see.
Cable, we are going to now do a sitcom tier list.
All right, look forward to the next podcast, everybody, where we do a sitcom tier list. I say we all come in with some sitcoms, we get ready to rank them, and then we'll just make group decisions on where they need to go.
Oh, salutations from B. Arthur, star of Maude and Golden Girls. Remember, I had the best musical number in the Star Wars Holiday Special.
Can we at least agree that the George Lopez show is D tier?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I would put it in F tier if it weren't for the fact that there is worse.
Oh.
There is definitely worse.
There's according to Jim.
I'm just saying, George Lopez killer opening. I forgot even what we're talking about. Salutations, everyone. Someone say something.